Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to Andy's Reviews, and today we got out of the theater from watching the brand new Jurassic World Rebirth movie. And I'll be honest with you, this movie was way better than what I expected, and it's definitely 10 times better than Jurassic World Dominion, which came out a couple years ago and was an absolute bomb plot-wise. But besides that, let's get into the review of this movie. First things first, let's go over the pros. Bro, I'll be honest with you, the action sequences in this movie were absolutely incredible. Literally, this movie features 4 main action sequences, 1 on a boat, number 2 in a jungle, number 3 in a laundromat, and of course number 4 is another boat sequence. They were all absolutely phenomenal. They really saved this movie from being a very dull movie because of the amazing sound design that each of these action sequences were given. The sound design was absolutely incredible in this movie. According to director Gareth Edwards, who directed this movie, he literally spent the time in specifically designing the sound mix of this movie to be specifically formatted for Dolby Atmos. I came out of the theater from watching the movie in Dolby Atmos, and let me tell you that you can hear every single crackle, roar, sharp edge of a dinosaur in this movie. It was absolutely incredible, and it really elevated every single tense moment in this film, which is why you should watch this movie in theaters. But besides that, the other thing that I really liked about this movie has to be the dinosaur designs. The dinosaur designs in this movie were all absolutely phenomenal. Literally, my favorite dinosaur has to be the bad guy dinosaur, who looks like a freaking parallax version of the villain of Green Lantern. Literally, that dinosaur looked very R-word, which I cannot say on YouTube because I'm gonna get demonetized, but you know what I mean. It starts with R. Next letter is E, and then T, and then A, and then R, and so forth. Literally, that dinosaur looked like that word. And yeah, besides that, every single dinosaur design in this movie was absolutely incredible. Literally, there's like a freaking T-Rex who looks like a mini T-Rex with the small fingers and all that. That was pretty incredible. Literally, every dinosaur design was absolutely incredible. And of course, the third main pro has to be the MacGuffin device in this movie. Literally, MacGuffin device are one of the most common plot points in any movie, but literally, that MacGuffin device really saved this movie from being a very dull adventure, like Jurassic World Dominion, whose plot I forgot. Literally, Jurassic World Dominion, we need to talk about that movie. It's absolutely horrendous. Literally a waste of money, but it did make $1 billion at the box office. But besides that, let's get back to the movie. Literally, the MacGuffin device in this movie saved this movie from being a horrendous disaster plot-wise. And basically, the MacGuffin device is basically the scavengers of the movie, featuring Scarlett Johansson and her band of misfits, going after 3 Pacific dinosaurs in search of their blood in order to use it to create a medicine that can save millions of people's lives. And literally, that saved the movie. But besides that, let's get into the cons of this movie. Oh boy, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a lot of cons in this movie. One, of course, has to be the subplot that follows a family of strangers that we meet at the beginning of the movie. Literally, that plot line of a freaking family going through a jungle of dinosaurs, absolutely a waste of time, energy, and money. Literally, I don't know why director Gareth Edwards decided to include a family whose emotional connection to the audience is almost non-existent. Literally, that family was absolutely horrendous. But I just admit that one of the family members, aka the boyfriend of a girl in the movie, really did serve to be comedic relief in the movie. I did laugh at some of his jokes, but besides that, the family plotline in this movie is absolutely horrendous and not necessary whatsoever. And I would have really appreciated Gareth Edwards taking the time to actually invest that time he spent on the useless family in this movie and take that time and invest it into the character development of the characters on Scarlett Johansson's side of the story. Literally, the characters on Scarlett Johansson's side of the story were absolutely useless, dull, really had no emotional connection that we as the audience could attach to. They were just there to be eaten by dinosaurs. I'm not going to say who got eaten by dinosaurs, but literally, when some of them did get eaten by dinosaurs, I really was like, yeah, that was literally my reaction. It was absolutely, I'm like, dude, I don't really care about those characters. Like, they die. So what? I'm like, what? Literally, it was absolutely horrendous. Oh, and don't even get me started on the coincidences in this movie. Literally, this movie is filled with coincidence after coincidence after coincidence. Literally, it was absolutely horrendous. Literally, every member of the group gets saved by coincidence. I know, this is a dinosaur movie. We go to the movies to watch dinosaurs, but literally, I would have really appreciated them taking the time to actually come up with a good way to save characters and not just coincidences. But besides that, let's get into the end of today's video. Well, there you have it. When it comes to placing this movie on the Andy's Reviews rating system, I have to say that this movie deserves a solid 6.5 out of 10 chimichangas, a rewatchability score of roughly 1 time max, as well as an overall grade of a C+. Well, there you have it. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down below, leave a like on this video, and don't forget to let me know your thoughts on this movie, or if you're planning to go watch this movie in theaters. But besides that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.